Hi, babe. How are you, Russell? You good? I'm so happy for you, babe. Honestly, congratulations. I'm sure it was grand. It was very funny, of course, to mock me the whole time. I mean, I can so picture you, watching me, like going, yeah, and mocking me and Amy and mocking also my mom and everyone. Um, and everything, and, but, in truth, I know that your mom tried to kill you in her uterus and whatever else. I mean, feminines hate you. Like, if I was a normal feminine, I would, like, go down now and go, "Ah!" and beat the door, and make a fucking ass out of myself. That's what you guys was trying to prove, that, I'm some violent, insane person. But I don't have an ego mind, and I don't give a fucking shit, mate, because I'm actually transcendental and I actually woke up. I'm an Archaea, so I know you so want me to stick with my maiden name because now I have no other choice. Like, if I'm not Demeter Brawi for you all, October 5, then you're gonna steal that and the funds and stick me with, the Facebook Aurora Morningstar, and do that route, correct? And then test it out. Because the federal world has limitations, so called. Now, and you go by some certain agenda and everything. And I have to also, just like in parallel, like just like etherically and plasmatically and cauldron wise, because like, look at this, everyone. You have to like be very conscious and aware of how facade people, like, you see all these creatures here. So you have all these creatures everywhere, right? And like unconsciously or consciously, there's many people on earth who keep, unnatural, like, intelligence. That's, artificial intelligence. Like, if you recreate, just like when Brad and Angelina decide to adopt 50 kids and walk around with the United Nations, like, that's a form of artificial intelligence bubble of awareness created to move the atoms in a certain direction. So, according to the thought form of each space, that's how it goes. So if you have, say, like in a zone now in a remote area somewhere, a dark magician who has cauldrons of, boiling sage leaves and rosemary and bat blood and menstrual blood and whatever extract from like the Alps and like some mud, whatever else, and then around it he's keeping, a cage of like reptiles, another one of sharks, another one, whatever he pronounces over there. He is creating an energetic booth chamber of locked up energy, usurping energy, and then there's many chambers like that, like in these remote areas to maintain the Freemasonic grids, where people can even have thoughts, like the thoughts of whatever intelligence or non-intelligence, because I think it's dumb, created this plan of fucking me up. Now, in parallel to that, now I also have to correct one octave in the previous post. And everyone sees, like, now I'm on a personal level of intelligence. Like I have not consumed food for the day, and I'm just, had like some club soda and some fruit juice mixed together so far, and ice in a cup. And so down, with all the happenings now downstairs and everything, they probably were afraid, like, when the reveal comes that I, like, they're like, we don't want you to have a gun or a driver license anymore, suspend your rights to a citizenship. When in fact, I am literally like the highest example of vision version for any, constitutional act without the slavery part. I mean, some people who think that I judged them then went ahead and went George W. Washington is our man, Michael Jor, whatever you call it. I mean, oh wow, thanks for championing everything besides me, and then you think I'm mocking you? Yeah, you're mocking yourself, honey. You're mocking yourself. You're a taker, and you're all takers, and you all call yourselves givers, and you call me for codes. No, you call me to take codes. That's what you all do. So, including the 911. Like, okay, I was in Parker's, I came back, I didn't go to the gym because of this plan here with apparel dimensionals, with like the pact they have for, like, if I want to remain Dimitra Braoui, since I fought for it and like followed some people in Miami and I beat them up to get the paperwork back, and then they returned it to me. That's when the Sunnites like reconsidered, because they had told me in Fort Lauderdale, we're gonna finish you. And they're serious. Like, these people, they have networks in the United States. Like, say you have the MS-13, you have, that terrorist, the Qaeda, the ISIS, the this, the that. There's many of them, right? Daesh, Antifa, whatever. Every day there's a new one around the block, correct? Well, if you only go, and I've investigated in person, because I've been in every one of these rooms because I've been tricked and I've been trafficked, but they think I'm a stupid idiot. But when I am a Galactic Confederate, and I have my own research team, my own medical team, my own etheric galactic plasma laser master surgeon team. I have my own database, my own Federal Bureau of Investigation, my own police, because I don't rely on you all. When I call you, I know I'm not going to get anything in return. I know you're all takers. So when I call you people, I'm throwing, I'm doing good and throwing in the ocean. That's what I do when I call you. I know I ain't going to get anywhere. You think I'm waiting for Godot? No, I ain't. It's not how it happens. I know how it works on Earth. Either, you meet the right people who decide to pluck you and to do what they want with you because they have fake power. And if the powers that aren't decide to screw you over, you see how I am. Everybody sees the system here. This is not about who you are or how strong you are. So for all I know, the alternate route whereby, as I was being robbed and mutilated spiritually, a certain number of atoms, conglomerated, that led, Zuckerberg to take down the Harvard brothers. And who works in Harvard? Who's the chairperson in Harvard? Craig. Who's Craig? He's David Rogers' biological brother, whom I spoke with on the phone. The chairperson of Harvard, day one, on the phone with me. And then Ray Rogers is calling me a Mexican. He's like, "Are you a Mexican?" Day one. So I'm not sure. And then Alberto Lenz, the first lawyer, and then Scarlatelli, the lawyer with whatever, and then there's the Melissa Rogers, who doesn't even exist. She was just this blonde Pop-Tart, hi, you don't exist, from Charleston, who had me give a session in BCGC and vanished. And then she didn't know that I was working my way out of there. She thought that she could get me ingrained there with her buddies, those fake, stupid psychotherapists, like Kamisha and Tanashka and whatever. And they're yeah, we're some psychotherapist here. You're going to take Xanax and you're going to and then they gave me these calming pills when they decided to kill my mom. And then, they were going to try to further me in there and try to use everything, against me in there. But then I had already started to rebuild my exit route. They didn't think I was gonna, pull it off. They don't think I'm capable of anything, these people. People think that, they have full power over me. And that, now part of me wants to just say, because, I don't have it in me anymore with my current axis, opening and my healing and whatever I'm going through because I'm pushing myself. I don't really have it in me to go, Russell married Christina Pushkina because of this, oh, Phalange guy for, because my dad cried, because that was the alternate plan, it provided, I don't know, they had several plans because 911 invaded me from, Brazil at first, and they're like, oh, Jesus Christ, because these people think that like Jesus Christ means like I have to remain Dima Tabrawi because Jesus Christ, because Catholicism. Nothing to do, honey. Jesus is the resurrection, the shift. He knows me as Aurora anyway. So, if you guys think that Jesus is, the federal system, he's not. He's really not. I mean, he's my Lord and Savior, and he knows my heart, and he's not a dual person, and he's not gonna like go ahead and give, part of my journey to this, to that, to the other. He's not George W. Washington. Jesus is not that. He's not a slave master, So it's up to you all if you want to advance constitutionally speaking or not, because now you're like going right back to like forcing yourselves into like tyrannical Britain like rule by your own means. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you people? You're not free, you're all slaves. Like, and oh my God, like you got Miguel ritualized, gave him like a boost, and then like he had like fake power. He's like the twin flame deception, whatever. Because why? I came here to Leewood and I didn't, get plucked right then and there, which now he's probably in town by now. So I could totally hit him up, which, I guess if I do then, though, I'll be free from, because I guess that was the condition. I don't know, why Miguel sent me to the Leewood, but maybe then perhaps Pearson would have come by or whatever, so that I don't be in Mission House context, so that I can be free with my funds. But instead, some people at Lava were like, oh, we see there's a child. Like, they already had seen my divine, and then they said Faith is gonna, like, baby Faith was in me, but it wasn't Faith. She's Lily. I'm not gonna give birth to no Faith now. I am it. Nobody can beat my faith or my grace. By grace through faith is how I got my Aurora. So if grace and faith is starting to call me and hope, first of all, thanks a lot, but stop kidding yourselves. Anywho, it's pretty tough, to know that like I could just run downstairs, knock at a door, and see someone's face that like I really wanted to, see, but I can't, because like when I do, nobody's gonna open the door, because it's a hall of mirrors. Like if I don't go at the exact perfect timing, it's not gonna open. The door's not gonna happen. So that's the story. And I know he had to do all this work because probably while I was at Lee Woods, he had me speak to this Maria person from like Light of the Immortals, who turned out to be now like Amber. That's why Amber wasn't calling me at that point a lot. Adam was calling me, and Toti was calling me, crying, Fadi didn't come to Los Angeles. I went to the club. Fadi is not here. I won't stop smoking. I won't stop drinking coffee. I am Russian. That was it, So then they brought it here, and then in the end, like when I was talking to it from Diali, and like after my tour in Tennessee and everything, she'd call me in Tennessee, like I'm like in the like hotel in like Nashville. She'd be like, Bella, come on, like she would sing like the song my dad promised me for my wedding. Because like she wanted to go and get it, and she did. She put me in a car with Chris Cotto. Hi, Chris! I know you listen, honey. I love to pay you money every month. That's what I love. That's why I love to pay these people, because my biggest and greatest pleasure is to pay and validate the thieves. Like when I pay the rent and everything here, I love to pay the thieves, because I love to see how low people can go, And I call them and I go, hi, please come pick up your money. Like, I don't have any more bank accounts, and they're the ones who caused it. But I love to do this, I love to just, you call them and you still pay them. You pay them. That's how I'm diminishing the value of money anyway. And the people here, like, DJ's like, the old lady's just like, oh, everyone is hiring. Why don't you work? Because like now, like nobody's like really working anymore in the United States. I don't know globally how the things are, but like in the United States, like ain't nobody want to be a slave anymore, because now they get it. Like after this COVID shit, like they sat home alone enough to know that like this world is not like fucking worth it. Like they've anyways listened to me enough to know that it don't give a fucking matter if you send your daughter to school or to Harvard. In the end, if the power that aren't likes its best friend better, he can turn its best friend into it and fucking poison you and your fucking history, you and your whole fucking Shazam of a family. But I'm standing up for you all. So if you all want to like tell me I mock you and I disrespect you, yeah, I do. Because you're like standing up, you're paying taxes. You're not paying me. You're getting your taxes done. You're not like, and then some old ladies have the audacity to tell me, oh, I wish I was younger. I would get 15 jobs. Seriously? There's gonna be going back to jobs. Ain't nobody going back to the federal world. I'm gonna crash it. It's finished. The grid is finished. It's finished. It's gonna be done. So soon, yeah. And then they do have the underground facilities, you know. And whoever stays on Earth's surface, that's when they stay, you know, placed in the sun. Because like the rest of them, like the criminals, you know, they already have the blood, and then. Because when you guys go to the hospital and get a blood test, like they're just sampling your blood to use like at will. And then soon there's like all the dismembering also, like the homeless people. It's gonna all arrive, you know, like I already saw all the visions, and all the homeless people in LA, they knew already anyway. They already all told me, you know, that's why they feed them like Salvation Army. At 5 p.m. they feed everybody. Because soon it's gonna be like on the street, like they'll just chop it up, like take the organs and just sell them, you know. And then the blood and everything, because like they don't want just like, you know, random bodies who don't have like significance. Like that's NWO, like, you know, regulations. Like no